Welcome to Real Talk Live with Annette D. Love, how you doing, lovelies? Oh, your girl is almost back. Do you hear me? I am almost where I'm supposed to be. I done got with the right people about my health, got some good medication now, and I think, y'all, we're going to be back in business in no time. I'm breathing better, I'm walking better, and I'm just loving better. I am so grateful because anything could have happened. Do you know how I feel to not be able to breathe? Can you imagine struggling and coughing and all that stuff? Now, I'm not saying I won't be coughing a little bit, but I'm telling y'all that your girl is back. Do you hear what I say? Your girl is back, and I ain't mad about it. Now, I'm trying to get my stuff together, so I'm going to talk to you just a little bit. But what we going to do, I was somewhere eating lunch, right? And by the way, while I was sick, I lost 11 pounds. Can you imagine that? Now, let me put it in perspective for you. I lost 2 5-pound bags of sugar plus 1 more pound. Come on, somebody. You ain't going to tell me that's not a good thing. 2 5-pound bags of sugar I lost. And I lost that since December. Okay, so that's not bad timing. It wasn't too much, too fast, or too soon. So we're going to keep on at that pace and try to lose some more, because you got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So like I said, I lost 11 pounds in 3-4 months. So I'm grateful about that. And so what we're going to do in a few minutes is we're going to get into our topic. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try these doggone cookies. Now, y'all know I used to be a Girl Scout. Yes, I was a Girl Scout. I had the uniforms and the badges and everything, and camps and my sit-upon and all that good stuff. I was a Girl Scout. And so I got some lemon cookies. Now, we're not going to eat all these cookies. We're just going to taste and see how they taste compared to what we used to have. Now, I remember what we used to have. Now, I don't remember ever having any lemon cookies, so we're going to go ahead on and see how these lemon cookies taste, and they're called Lemon Ups. So let's see whether Lemon Ups are ups or down. Let's see what we got going on. Are the Lemon Ups up or down? Okay, let's see. Okay. The Lemon Ups are lemony. No. And then it's like my goodness, what you call those cookies? I forgot what you call them, but just a regular flour cookie. Yeah, okay. Remember up. They're good. Okay, Girl Scout. Put them. Okay. Hold on, y'all. So don't eat the cookies. Now, I opened up the pack. Hold on. Okay. Now, this is a nice little flour cookie. Let me know. Now, this cookie, I remember this cookie. It's a Moe's. We had these cookies, if I'm not mistaken, when I was a little girl. We had these. Okay. Let's see how it tastes. Them Lemon Ups are awesome. I'll drink that with a little ginger ale. The old people soda. And I wasn't going to buy any Girl Scout cookies today, but I felt so obligated, being that I used to be a Girl Scout once. And I was like, Mama, can you go get me some Girl Scout cookies? And she just was like, give me the money. Because I was going to have the Girl Scout come to the car, but Mama went and got him because, we real careful about our children. We don't play about our kids. And we don't want our kids to get comfortable coming to cars. So Mama was all for getting out and getting the cookie herself because we don't play that. We want to take care of our children, you know. Okay, there's some more. Now, wait a minute. I need to be watching a Netflix movie. It's okay. Caramel, the little crunch, coconut. Little nougat. But it's okay. Okay. So look. I'm gonna finish eating this cookie. And then we're going to get on this topic because we have to talk about this topic. We have to talk about this topic. Because I've come a long way, baby. I've come a long way. And if any of you know me, y'all know that I don't take no tea for coffee. And some of you young folks, if y'all don't know what that means, I don't play. I never have. I never played the radio. I never played games. When it comes to people disrespecting me, and people being disrespectful, getting my business and stuff like that. But you know what? Since I have been changed, because I can't say I changed my life. I didn't change my life. I didn't change my life. The person I serve changed my life. God's changed my life. Y'all don't know that I talk about God a lot of times on my show, because that's who I serve. Whoever you serve, that's up you. There's no judgment here. I do not judge you. You know, I can tell you about my God. Okay? And you can talk about your God. Now, you're not going to convince me to change my God, but whoever you serve, I respect that. I serve for the same respect. So the thing is, I've been changed, and I know I've been changed, and I've been, you know, slow to anger, slow to respond, faster to listen. And so that's what I do now. So, you know, girl, maybe that's the coconut. That's that coconut. I'm fine. That's the coconut. So anyway, so that's why the topic today is let people sit in their mess. Stop letting people drag you. I'm hating this, y'all. That's still the coconut. Went down the wrong pipe. Stop letting people drag you into their garbage. You see what I'm saying? Just because they're having a bad day, don't mean you have to have a bad day. Don't let people get you into where you're having a bad day because they're having a bad day. And see, I was one that was always ready. I was always ready to do a 360. Because you having a bad day, you're going to drag me into your bad day. Now we both get ready to have a bad day. Because that's where I was at one point in my life. I'm going to help your day get worse since you want to drag me into your bad day. That's where I was before my change, okay? But I want to encourage you today, lovelies, don't let people do that to you. They're having a bad day. Let them have a bad day on their own. Let them sit in that mess. Let them be evil on their own. Let them be vindictive on their own. Let them catch attitude on their own because they can't do what they want to do. So listen, life is not fair, okay? But what's going to happen? What's going to happen is there are going to be some days where you cannot get everything that you want. There are going to be some days where you cannot be in the front and be the person that's being looked upon every day. There are going to be some days like that. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to stand on other people's shoulders. Sometimes you got to stand on your own 2 feet. Okay, there are people that come before you that are ceiling breakers. I'm a ceiling breaker, and we can talk about that later. I'm a ceiling breaker. That's fine. Okay, And so the next person should go above and beyond what I've done, and then so on and so forth, okay? But still gonna be some days where you got to sit back. You can't be seen all the time. I don't understand the logic and why people just want to be seen. Sit your hind parts down. Sit down somewhere. You don't have to be seen all the time. But you got these people that get attitudes because they can't do what they want to do. They can't stand before folks and act like they're somebody. Sometimes just be somebody in your seat. But see, and then what happens is they attack other folks because the day is not going as they plan. Don't let these people attack you into where you are attacking back. Or you fighting back. Ignore them. Let them sit in their own mess. Stew in it, baby. Stew in it. If you can't control your attitude no better than what you're doing, guess what's not going to happen? I am not getting ready to allow you to pull me into that negative energy. And that's what we need to start doing, y'all. Let them sit in their mess, because if not, you're going to have a case, or everybody going to be looking at you like you're wrong, and these people brought this stuff to you. You were in your happy place, right? That's where I was today when somebody came to me with something negative. And normally, I'm the type of person that would tell you to have mind your business, period, But it wasn't a time or place for me to say what I said, even though they said what they said in that place and at that certain time. It wasn't a time or place for me to say what I wanted to say, or what I normally would say. So I took the higher road. And I normally, listen now, when I take the high road, it takes me a few hours to get over the fact that I didn't tell you all. I am human, y'all. I change, but I'm still human. The flesh is still weak, right? So a lot of times I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to be like, I should have told them this. Or I'm going to be like, I'm going to text them and tell them what I want to tell them. And then I have to just, sometimes I got to call my mama. Sometimes I got to call my mama so she can tell me, hey, calm down. You did the right thing. And sometimes, I have to realize that these people just got to stew in it. They didn't get a reaction, or they didn't get the reaction they wanted out of me. So go ahead on and just soak in that there. Soak in that how you're feeling about yourself right now, because you're going to sit in that mess all by yourself. And then, after you think about it, after you took the high road, you realize that you did the best thing. You did the best thing by taking the high road. Now, I'm telling y'all how I was and how I am now. But remember, we are humans. Sometimes we revert back to how we was, and that's not what we want to do. So we want to make a conscious effort to remember how we are now. We want to remember the change so we can make a conscious decision to stay in the change, okay? We don't want to go back. We don't want case numbers. We don't want fighting between old people or grown people. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. But it's always going to be someone that's going to push your envelope. And you have to remember that's their mess. Don't allow them to pull you in their mess. People would do it every time you allow them to. And I refuse to allow people to draw me into their garbage. That's your garbage. That's not my garbage. You're not getting ready to do that foolishness to me. And so I just want to stand before you today, or really sit before you today, and remind you to be cautious of people pulling you into their garbage, because if I didn't see the breakdown of what happened today, I really wouldn't even believe it. But I believe that everything that this person was going through today, every aspect of their little time that I was able to observe, was just falling apart for them. Nothing was getting right. They couldn't get anything together. Nothing was falling out the way, or panning out the way they thought it would pan out, and they decided to come at me, and I think they kind of remember who I used to be, because they was walking so fast. I had to cut a corner to get to them, to get a response in, and when I cut that corner, that's when I was given better words to say. That's when I was given better words to say. But, I can't say what next week will look like. So, y'all pray for me. Because, I'm quick to tell people to mind their business. I'm quick to, because I mind's mine. I don't care nothing about you. Not in that aspect. Unless you bring it to me, I'm minding my business, okay? Unless you need some advice, I'm minding my business. You know how I give you most people advice? Through my videos. And if you don't want to watch my videos, turn it off. You don't have my advice. But I'm not going to just arbitrarily input myself in your business. I'm not going to do it unless it's a bring a danger to me or to a child or an older person. You know what I'm saying? But you and somebody else like you, y'all get into it. That's your business. That's your business. Now, if it affects me in any kind of way, or I think that I can divert the situation, I may try. But the first time you tell me to leave you alone, I'm backing off. Because that ain't my mess. I'm going to let y'all sit in that mess. That ain't my mess. It's just not like it used to be where you can actually talk to people. You got some very disrespectful people walking around here. And so I'm not going to make your mess my mess. If I tell y'all this, let's talk about it, let's do it another way, and you tell me to kiss off, I'm going to go ahead on and kiss off because I don't want them type of problems. I don't want that smoke. It's not my business. You're going to sit in it. You're not going to bring me into that garbage, okay? You're not going to be mad and then make me mad. You're not going to do that to me. And I'm asking y'all, don't let people do it to you guys. Don't let people be mad about something you don't even know what they're mad about. They're not mad at you. It don't have anything to do with you. But they're going to bring you into that business so they can have somebody to lash off at. And see, I know me being me, I don't do too much lashing off, letting people lash off at me. I have come a long way. Because if I wasn't law enforcement at one time, I would probably have been on the other side of the door. Let me just put it that way. That's as blunt as I can be. If I wasn't law enforcement, I would have been on the other side of the door. Okay? That's where my temper was. Some people know they need, a little help and they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? A little anger management wouldn't have been bad for me at one time. But look at God. God changed me. And I didn't have to go through that. But there was a time when I didn't take too much from anybody. That's just how I was, being raised by strong women. And I say strong women because that's what I was raised by. I was raised by, y'all, let me tell you. I was raised by some women, you'd be like, is this a man or is this a woman? The way she talking, the way she acting, the things that she do. She act like a dude. That's, and this is my family members, you know what I'm saying? They didn't play, did not take tea for coffee, honey. They did not play. I'm talking about that for my grandma, my aunties, my mama. These women did not play. But see, this was back in a time where, like with my grandma, there was a time where you weren't getting arrested like you do as fast as you do right now. You know what I'm saying? The things she could do about in the country, you better not try doing it now. But this is the type of stuff that my grandma could do. And she teach us, what we need to do and listen, and dare us not to do it. There was no way we would go out to a fight and come home and tell my grandma we don't know who won. Guess what you about to do? You're going back out there and you're going to find an individual and you're going to redo that little thing. And then the thing is, you're not going by yourself. She's sending her witness so that her witness can come back and tell her what she wants. This is how I was raised. I wasn't raised to be soft, okay? And so for me to ignore disrespect and ignore somebody getting in my business is a big thing. I'm very excited about myself. I'm so proud. I'm so grateful and thankful that the Lord has changed me, and He'll change you too if that's what you need. All you gotta do is pray for it. All you gotta do is pray for it. I always wanted people to be happy to see me. I didn't want people to say, oh Lord, here she come, because I had a little nasty attitude. You know what I'm saying? But see, I was always fun with my attitude. I was always, the life of the party. It's just that it only took me 3 seconds to get upset, and then you had a problem. That's all it was. You had a problem. But now it's like, I don't care. And I'm telling you, and I'm trying to influence you to be the same. Don't care. Tomorrow is coming, whether or not you're ready. Tomorrow will be here. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to act a fool today. You don't have to get all upset and get to fighting and cussing people out today. Tomorrow will be here, whether you like it or not. You can't stop it. Tomorrow's a new day. Start anew. Start treating people, kind, even though they're treating you unkind. Because that is the worst kind of hurt. That is the worst kind of hurt. To let people sit in their mess by themselves is the worst kind of hurt. To know that you have been nasty to someone and they were kind to you, and you feel defeated all over again because even your messiness wasn't messy. You couldn't even get somebody to come on your side and start that arguing with them, even though you were starting mad. Come on now, somebody. I'm telling you what I know. That is the worst kind of hurt, to have to sit in your own mess because nobody took you up on being nasty. Because there's some nasty individuals around here. And what I had to realize is I don't have to be the one to tell you that you're a nasty individual. I don't have to tell you to mind your business. You know to mind your business, but you forgot who I was once a time ago. And so you want to mind my business and whatnot and try to get me off of my box because you see people loving on me and you see how kind I am now. So you want to show people that I'm not that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Don't let people pull you back into a place that you prayed to get out of. Don't let people do that to you. Do not allow people to pull you back into a place that you prayed to get out of. Okay? Let them sit in their mess. They mad, let them be mad. Walk away from them. They trying to start arguments and stuff. Let them argue by themselves. They'll eventually be quiet. You walk away. You don't have to entertain that stuff. That mess has nothing to do with you. Who a person doesn't like has nothing to do with that person. You don't like me, that has nothing to do with me. I could care less whether you like me or not, because guess what? As long as one person like me, I'm good to go, because I know that I'm going to be blessed tremendously. I know that I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from, and I know that I am going to be protected, because no weapon formed against me is going to prosper. No matter what you got, it's not going to prosper. So I don't care about who don't like me and all that stuff, and it kills me. Not literally, but it kills me when people think that their opinion of someone else, that they're not evaluating for a job or education stuff, things, educational things. They think their opinion matters. Your opinion don't matter about me. Have you paid any of my bills? Or are you willing to pay any of my bills? Are you feeding me? What are you doing for me that you think that I care anything about your opinion of me? I really don't. I just don't care about your opinion of me. And I think that a lot of people need to have that attitude. There's only one person that I care about opinion, and that is the person that can put me where he wants me to be, heaven or hell. That person that can bless me or that can turn away from me because I'm sinning, and then, I'm vulnerable to others. You know what I'm saying? That is the only person that I care about, whether or not they like me, whether or not they're proud of me, whether or not, they're fond of me. I don't care about you. I don't care what you think about me. If it's something that you don't like that I have on, you are welcome to buy me something. If I like it, I'll take it. And that's if I like it. You see what I'm saying? So stop allowing people to dictate things to you. Validate yourself. Love yourself. Care about yourself. Like your doggone self. And stop worrying about who like you and who don't like you. And stop letting people pull you into these arguments that make no sense, that are non-factors. Don't do it. Just because they're not happy, you're going to let them make you unhappy? Don't do that. You're going to sit right over there in your mess, and you're not going to include me. You're not going to include me. Whatever your problem is, you're not going to include me. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of wanting to get some clap back, want to do a one-upper, get you straight. That's the word right there. That's a little term. I'm guilty of wanting to get you straight. I sure am. But guess what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let it go. Let these people have whatever they gonna have. You know what I'm saying? I'll be that. I'm this, I'm that, I'll be that. I didn't do this, okay, I didn't do it. Now what? What we doing? What are we doing? I want you, along with myself, to make conscious decisions to avoid non-factors, to avoid non-issues, to not get pulled into things that really has nothing to do with us. Just because somebody's venting, that has nothing to do with us. Just because you want to turn your anger or direct your anger on me, it still has nothing to do with me. And I'm not getting ready to deal with it. Okay? So I want to encourage you to love yourself, continue to push yourself, continue to strive, continue to do whatever it is that you do, because we all have a gift. Excuse me. We all have a gift. Excuse me. I'm healing. I'm not yet healed, but by the grace of God, this is just a process. My healing is done. But we all have a gift, and our gift will make room for us, okay? So continue to perfect your gift, and stop letting people hold you back. Stop letting people use you, because people will use you for everything they need for you to do. And if you sit down and weigh the relationship, you'll see that you're doing so much more than what they are doing for you. Then you might want to step back a little bit and whatnot. Or if you're willing to do more than what they're doing for you, you might want to step back and weigh the relationship just a little bit. And you'll see that that's probably not a healthy relationship. Okay? So like I said, let people sit in their own mess. They want to go and come and cause problems for you and argue and fight and all that stuff. Nope. Sit them back on over there so they can sit in their own mess. Cook in your own pot. Don't try to put me in it. Remember that God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself, and you can go on and properly love someone else. Till we shall meet again, may you be tremendously blessed. And I will see y'all soon. And I'll keep y'all up with the weight loss and also my health. Take care.